Hey everyone, I'm back today with a review for Looking for Alaska by John Green. With a basic character synopsis. So we've got Pudge. He's living with his roommate, the Colonel. His actual name is Chip, but they call him the Colonel. Then there's Alaska, their friend Takumi, and Laura. And basically, Pudge has convinced his parents to let him go to this boarding school in Alabama because I guess he just wants to be away from home. He didn't have any friends back in school. He was not the cool kid, and he didn't have anything going for him. And so when he goes to this boarding school, he meets the Colonel first, and they hit it off right away, kind of. And they become really good friends, and then he meets Alaska, and then she introduces him to the other friends. And their priority at this boarding school is to try to constantly one-up the weekday warriors. So the weekday warriors are basically the rich kids. They are in school Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends they go home to their families, their parents' mansions. So they call them weekday warriors because they're only there on the weekdays. And then you've got Pudge and his friends. They're all there on scholarship. The Colonel is dirt poor. He lives with his mom, or he lived with his mom, and they live in a trailer. So, and Alaska also comes from kind of a crappy background. So they're just always drinking, smoking, making out, trying to just get away with tricks. Something I thought that was unique about the book is the way the chapters are labeled. It's labeled by days. For example, here it says 100, I can't read it backwards, 128 days before. And then, so it's all the days before, and then at some point in the middle, it becomes 1 day after, 2 days after, 3 days, so on. So something happens at some point in the book, and then it starts counting by days after, if that makes any sense. Miles really is struggling with that, so he's just kind of meeting friends, and he's running with it because he's never had friends before. Now, Alaska seems to have everything going for her. She's smart, she's beautiful, she's got really loyal friends, but there's a sense of self-loathing, and there's a lot of inner demons that she's battling, and there's just a lot of conflict within herself. It's really hard to review this book without giving spoilers away because it is terribly short. I feel like the biggest problem is that once you get to know the characters, it's over. And also, I'm not really too big on sad, depressing kind of books. Another book I've read by John Green is The Fault in Our Stars, and I reviewed it. And while I do appreciate his writing style, I think it's very genuine, it's believable, it's relatable. It's just, the two books are very similar in a sense where, you know, this lonesome protagonist meets someone who changes his or her life, and then that person walks out of his life or her life, and we're just left with this big unknown. And that kind of bothers me a lot. At first, when I picked up the book, I thought, I didn't know Alaska was a person, so I thought they were looking for Alaska, like the state. But don't get me wrong, the book is very well written. It's just not to my taste, and I don't think I'll be reading any more of John Green's books, just because I find that it's very depressing. I mean, I read it really quickly, and it was definitely a page-turner. But at the same time, it's just, it doesn't leave me with a good feeling, and I feel like it's too realistic in a way, because this is the kind of crap that happens in real life, and it doesn't really require a whole lot of creativity to write a book like this, because I know people like this in real life. I've gone through high school, and I know, I can name off the top of my head 25 people that are like these characters. So, in all fairness, for the way that it is written and for the target audience, I would say this book deserves 4 stars. But my personal opinion for how much I enjoyed it, I would say 3 stars. Like I said, it was a page turner, it went by quickly, but it didn't leave me with a good feeling, and it's not something I would read again. So you guys might probably see this in my future book giveaway, because I do those very often. I usually give away books that I don't plan on reading again. So yeah, 3 stars in my opinion, and that's all I've got to say. It's a very short, vague kind of review. I just wanted to give my opinion on it, but I didn't want to give it away. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!